Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to see you again. If you're new here, hi, my name is Savannah and I love to do all types of Disney related content. So if you like anything Disney related, this is going to be the channel for you. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel down below so that you don't miss any future videos. And let's get started with today's video. So today's video is just going to be a really quick fun one. It's a short Q&A that I did put on my Instagram. So if you don't already follow me on there, my handle is listed down below. So you can participate in those in the future. So this Q&A is just going to be all about Disney and some fun Disney questions that you guys came up with. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram because I do giveaways on there sometimes, and this last one was super fun. It was a $25 Disney gift card, the H2O body wash, as well as some cute little Disney stickers. The winner of that giveaway was Island Beauty 99. So again, congrats to her. She'll be getting that package in the mail here shortly. So that is super fun, and I was super excited to announce her as the winner. So watch out for those in the future, as I will be doing one again when I do hit 3,000 friends. Vinny's going to be helping us with this Q&A today. So, aren't you, buddy? Look at you. He's so cute. So I did post this Q&A on my Instagram story, just kind of asking you guys like what you wanted to know about Disney in general. So it was a very broad question, and I kind of got a good plethora of different topics in there. So just kind of compiled a list of some of my favorites. The first one is, how often do you go to Disney? And this is a great question. So me personally, I try and go every other month if I can. Sometimes it is not in the budget. I do have annual pass, so that does make it that a bit easier, as I don't have to buy tickets every single time. We'll get into annual pass here in a little bit, so I won't talk about that too much now, but myself, I try and go every other month. Nick is less fortunate, where he doesn't get to come with me all the time because he has obligations for his job that he has to attend to. So very lucky to have him coming in June, and I look forward to going in June because I haven't been there since February. So it's already felt like a long time. So we're due for another one. Next question is, what is your favorite park? This one I have to think on a little bit, because like lately I feel like it's Hollywood Studios, just because they have so much to offer. But often I find myself getting frustrated at Hollywood Studios too, because I can't fit everything in the time frame that I'm usually there. And I like to do everything I can possibly. So like Magic Kingdom has always had my heart, and I think overall Magic Kingdom will always be my favorite, just because it's one of those classics that Walt had insight on building, but he just unfortunately never got to see it built. So I think there's some like nostalgia there, and just like a connection to Walt himself, and it's classic. And like every time I walk down Main Street, I get teary-eyed. It never gets old. Every time I see the castle, it's so beautiful and just makes you feel like you are at home in the magic. This next one is very dependent, and I guess it's really hard to know right now, but this person asked, when is the best time to go? So I wish I knew. So if you do not like hot weather and you would rather have it be a tad chilly where you might need a sweatshirt during the day, then probably don't go in June, July, August, September, October. Maybe try those winter months. So you know, I love the heat. I could care less how hot it is, but some people don't. So if you're a weather person, you know, I check lots of different websites too. Like it shows how much rainfall each month has. You know, typically in Orlando, so that can be really helpful if you don't want to have a lot of rain on your trip. I think the best time that Nick and I have found so far that's worked well for us is going in late August, early September. Yes, it was a tad hot. Again, that really doesn't bother us, so I could care less. But the crowd levels were probably the lowest I have seen them in a long time. Again, this was like before the 50th officially started, so this could change this year. I'm not sure what that looks like. But when we went, I think we rode Space Mountain like 2 or 3 times in a row. Like, no wait, we literally just walked on every time. We got through all the rides in Hollywood Studios, surprisingly. Epcot was dead. Like, it was amazing. So if you're not a big crowd person, all the kids are back in school late August, early September, and a lot of parents are not pulling their kids out of school at that time just because they started. So for us, it was really nice. There was not a lot of kids there. It was mostly adults or families, coming right before the 50th. So that was probably like my favorite time I've went, the best time that we've gone. Otherwise, we've experienced it during October, where, the heat was not as intense. To be honest, when we went right away at the 50th, like the first day, it was not as busy as I was expecting it to be. So, October I thought was a good time. You're probably going to want to avoid, if it's your first time or you're not doing one of these events, any holidays that are being celebrated at Disney. Halloween, Christmas, New Year's are all going to be super busy and packed with people spending their holiday there. Also, any Run Disney events, I recommend going on the Walt Disney World website and taking a peek at when those events are and kind of scheduling your trip around that time. I've not been there for a Run Disney event, but have seen that it can create a lot of issues if you're trying to get from point A to point B. There's road closures. The buses don't run all the time during that. I've heard there's an hour to hour and a half wait sometimes for a bus to the parks. So that would not be my ideal trip. So again, it just kind of depends. And this is why it's nice to have a travel planner so that they can kind of do that stuff for you. See what would be best for you and your family. Okay, this next one comes from one of our friends, and I'm going to put it in here because he is one of our friends, but I don't agree with this at all. So when I had asked, what would you like to know about Disney? He responds with, absolutely nothing. The place sucks. Disneyland is better. I don't think I agree on that one, but I can't be biased because I've never been to Disneyland. So I've only been to Disney World here in Orlando. I haven't been to any of the other Disneylands at all, so that is on my bucket list of to-dos, and just to see Walt's original park would be amazing, and I'm sure it's great, but Disney World has my heart, and until I experience that, I don't know if I could say that about any other park. So this next question is really great, and again, it's a very broad question, and this could apply to a lot of different things for a lot of different people. And I am going to touch base on this in my video coming on Friday this week. So stay tuned for that one. Hit that notification bell so that you know when I get that one posted. But her question is the best hotels to stay in. And again, this has a lot of different meanings to a lot of people. So there's 3 different tiers of Disney resorts. There's value, moderate, and deluxe. Obviously, those value resorts are going to be your best bet if you are on a cheaper budget and you just basically are looking for a place to sleep that is clean and safe. But I think the value resorts are so fun. I love staying in the value resorts. Nick and I have stayed in All-Star Movies, All-Star Music, and then this upcoming trip we will be in All-Star Sports. So that last tier. So again, I'll go into more depth in these in the next video, but those value resorts are great if you are looking to stay on a budget. I like saving the money on the hotel so that we have money to do those experiences in the parks, and you know, going out to eat and character dining experiences. So that would be great for budget friendly hotels. And then that moderate tier is going to be like a little less Disney-fied. They're beautiful resorts though. Port Orleans Riverside is probably one of my favorite hotels I've stayed at so far. So, you know, that moderate tier, very great as well. That deluxe section, I have not had the privilege of staying at yet, unfortunately, but we will someday. I am very determined. And that one is going to be, you know, I think like great for larger parties. They usually have a lot of suites, so you can fit more people in there. But they are on the most expensive end of things. So stay tuned for next week to watch the hotel video, all about the hotels. This next question asks, can I get annual pass? Yes and no. To go into further detail on that one, when I got my annual pass, this was a little less than a year ago. I think I've been an annual pass holder for almost 6 months, somewhere around there. But when I got mine, Disney had just come out with them again. So after the closure, these were like the first things that came out. For annual pass, they had different level tiers, and I decided, since I never had annual pass before, I was gonna go for like the big one. So I got the Incredipass. There's hardly any blockout dates on it. I don't know if there's any at all, to be honest. I have never seen a blockout date. So those are the days that Disney blocks out your calendar completely from reserving a park pass. So I couldn't go to the parks those days. But again, I've never seen that on mine, so I don't even know if I have a blackout day. I pay roughly $90 a month total for all access tickets. They include Park Hopper. So I got like the big kahuna of annual passes, and I love every minute of it. I love being a pass holder. Would not change it for the world. However, it was a very short time after that. For some reason, Disney decided to take those back and say, if you got it, you're grandfathered in. If you did not, sucks to suck, but you can't get it now. So as of right now, today, they have I believe it's called the Pixie Dust Pass. And this one, when I looked at it for Nick, it only had weekdays available. So lots of blackout days. There's a lot of like the holidays you're not able to, no weekends. So I mean, it's nice to have that annual pass, but when you're looking at it from our perspective, it was not good for him to get it, since we're never going to go during the week unless we go on a vacation. And this next vacation, we do have a weekend day planned, so it's not going to work out. So that question is yes and no. If you're not wanting to spend your money on the Pixie Dust Pass, I think that one is like $20 a month. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. I would wait it out, as much as that sucks. Wait for Disney to post something else. Maybe they'll bring back the Incredipasses again. But I would recommend getting the Incredipass if you're going to do annual pass. And don't live in the area, to just do the weekdays. This next question is kind of making me think a bit. So they asked, what's something you wish you could change? There's a lot I would change. But if I had to pick one thing, I would say to give Hollywood Studios its old vibe back. yeah, that's what I'm gonna pick. So since January of 2008, the park changed its name from MGM Studios to Disney's Hollywood Studios. If any of you got the privilege of doing MGM Studios, comment below. I would love to know. What was your favorite ride of the official MGM Studios? So any of the old rides, the OG ones that they had. I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I was just searching on YouTube for like old ride videos. So I went on the backlot tour on YouTube, which then led me to like the Honey I Shrunk the Kids playground. That was a classic. So great movie ride. I missed that one too. So MGM Studios had its own like vibe, and it does not have that same vibe anymore. It's a slightly different vibe, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I think if that's like one thing I had to change, it would be like putting back those like Hollywood moments where like they took you on the backlot tour and they showed you how movies were made. And I think that's why I like really grasped on to Indiana Jones stunt show so much, because that like just takes me back to my childhood when I would go there, and it was just like so eye-opening. It was so fun. So I wish they would kind of bring some of that stuff back to Hollywood Studios, maybe take out the animation courtyard and, you know, put some of that stuff back in. That's something else they used to have, was the place where you could like see the animators draw. Let's bring that stuff back. I petition to bring that back. So this person wants to know, how do you go from park open to close? This is not for everybody, so this is not for the faint of heart. And most places will tell you, you know, take a midday nap in between. I know like Nick is a nap person. I am not. So he likes to go back to the hotel and like try and relax for a little bit. We did do this on one of our trips. I think it was the last one we went on together. And midday through our Animal Kingdom day, we ended up going and swimming at the pool because it was hot, and then took like maybe a 10-minute rest in the bed or something. So I don't think I've ever taken like a legit full nap. I don't think I've ever done it. What gets me through my full park days when I go from the official park open to the official park close is usually a lot of caffeine. So I have like an energy drink in the morning, and then throughout the day I'll get a Joffrey's coffee. The Joffrey's coffee stations are all throughout the parks. You'll see them. They're in different areas. It's got the Joffrey's logo. If you are wanting something different from Starbucks, I highly suggest doing Joffrey's instead, just to switch it up a bit. But they have great selections for you to kind of give you that little burst of energy in the midday slump. Otherwise, like, I never not sleep good at the hotels when we're on Disney property. I have like the best night of sleep I've ever had. So I think like having a great night's sleep combined with the amount of caffeine I drink throughout the day, which might not be for you also, but I think that definitely helps. And then just having like those things in your backpack prepared, like blister pads and a water bottle, and like keeping things that will make you feel fresh and rejuvenated, like going into the bathroom and like spritzing yourself with some perfume, like hoo-ha wipes and face wipes maybe if you're not caring about your makeup. Just like little hygienic things like that I think definitely help as well. Getting out of the sun all the time and just kind of going in some AC for 30 minutes to eat. Enjoying those slower rides like the boat rides or Carousel of Progress. Nick usually takes a nap on Carousel of Progress now when we're at Magic Kingdom, so we no longer go to the hotel on Magic Kingdom days. That's a tip for you. How do you not get blisters? That's a great question too. I do talk about this in one of my packing videos, but in case you missed it, I pack multiple different pairs of shoes, not just one, for my trip. And this is for the sole fact that you are literally walking typically anywhere from like 8 to maybe 13 miles a day. I think one day we did hit 13 miles. It's a lot of miles walked in your shoes. So if you're thinking you're gonna wear the same tennis shoes or the same sandals the entire trip, do not do that, please. So like, if you're thinking about it, your shoe is going to rub in the same spot on your foot that whole trip. You're going to get the nastiest blister ever in your whole life. And then you're gonna have to deal with that for the entire rest of your trip because you did not bring other shoes. I had a friend that packed one pair of like sneakers and she bought them brand new, and I felt so bad because I felt like I should have told her prior to like break in the shoes. And these were supposed to be very, very comfortable shoes, and she wore them like the first day we were in the parks, Epcot and Hollywood Studios, I believe we did that day. And she like could not walk at all. We ended up having to get her some like flip-flops at one of the gift stores because like the second day, because she just could not physically walk in those shoes anymore. They hurt so bad. So you know, we don't want that on our vacation. That's no fun. And then she had to spend extra money that she didn't need to. So, you know, could have saved that for something else that she wanted. So definitely bring different pairs of shoes. I usually pack like 2 or 3 typically. You know, different kinds of sneakers and sandals so that your feet can breathe a little bit. Along with, because you are going to get them, blister pads. No matter how many shoes I bring, I at least get like 1 blister a trip. Never fails. So just bring those in case. I slap them on. Or like second skins or moleskins are extremely helpful because it just helps your shoe like not rub on that open wound. Last but not least, I have, if you had to go on one ride forever, what would it be? I want to know your guys' thoughts first, so go ahead and put your answer down below in the comments because I would just love to read what everyone's different opinions are. That's a really tough question. I would choose Rise of Resistance, I think. Like, still my favorite ride in all of Disney property. I could ride that, I don't know how many times in a row and never get bored of it. I cry every time I ride it, so I think it would be really hard to get sick of it. It's a new experience. Every single time I ride it, I find something new to look at, or I notice something new. And I just like the experience of kind of feeling like you're in that universe. I love Star Wars, so that would probably be my go-to. Now, with that being said, I have not rode Guardians of the Galaxy yet. So once we go to Epcot and ride that one, I might change my mind. I am literally avoiding every single video and person talking about it because I want to surprise myself and not know what's coming ahead of time. All I've heard is that it is very fast, very surprising, is everyone's new favorite ride on all of Disney property. So, and people were like literally crying, like tears of joy when they're getting off, and I'm like trying to flip to everyone's Instagram story so I'm not seeing anything, but I might change my mind on that one once we ride that ride. So stay tuned for that vlog. I won't ruin it for any of you guys if you want to experience that firsthand yourself. But I am going to ride it and I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. So stay tuned for that. That is all the questions I have for today. I thank you all so much for watching. Go ahead again and like this video if you have not already. Give it a big thumbs up. That would be super helpful for me and my channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you want to see future Disney content. Friday, I am doing everything about the hotels, so value, moderate, and deluxe. So you don't want to miss that one. So also hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I do post. I post every Tuesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. And go ahead, again, give a like for Vinny, and I hope you guys all have a magical rest of your day. We'll see you Friday.